I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. And we would like to welcome Sweets to the show. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, thank you so much for coming on. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Of course. My name is Sweets. I'm a cat girl VTuber, who's also a cyberpunk fixer, and I'm a variety streamer and ASMRist. I play everything from RPGs to FPS and everything in between. And then I also do ASMR content and RP content over on YouTube. So yeah.
You listen to that voice, but you better be using it for a lot of things. That's one heck of an instrument you got there.
Oh, thank you.
Really, I mean that's about as smooth and natural sound as I've heard in a long time.
Yay.
So, have you always been an entertainer type person?
Kind of. My main job outside of VTubing is also modeling. So I've been modeling for most of my life, and I always enjoyed video games. So I'm like, why not combine the two and entertain people via video games? So I got into streaming and content creating because I was always a fan of YouTubers growing up, and I thought it was super cool how they just kind of made a living off of it, doing what they love. And I'm like, let's give it a try. Why might as well. And now I'm here, still streaming 5 years later.
So modeling work, huh? Was that like photograph modeling or runway or what?
Actually everything. I've done runway, I've done print work, I've done acting. For most of my life, I absolutely enjoy it, and I'm trying to kind of weave it into my brand a little bit. I do a lot of cosplay photographs on my main Twitter.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's always been like a thing that I just really enjoy doing.
Good gravy. How do you overcome? I was absolutely crippled by fear to do stuff like that. I wouldn't want to be in show. How do you have that type of confidence to get out in front of people and do that?
It definitely builds over time. When I first got into it, I was terrified. I was completely terrified. Even to this day, there are some points where I'm like, I don't know if I could do this. Between modeling and I actually did dance for a while, I slowly started to build it up, get comfortable with like being in front of a crowd or being in front of the camera, whether that's on stream or for modeling itself. It takes time and a lot of patience, and you're gonna be freaked out a little bit in the beginning. You totally are, and that is totally okay.
Yeah.
It's just like, getting over it, like that idea that, okay, everyone has to start at the same spot. Even the biggest actors and the biggest streamers had to start where I am at. So if you have that mindset, you can get over it. It just takes a minute. It takes a minute to practice it.
It's taken me 60 years to be able to get over that sort of thing. Chimney Christmas. Well, so when you decided to come on as a VTuber, was it an easy transition for you, or was it something that still made you uncomfortable a little bit?
I wasn't used to having a model. Doing the facial expressions and stuff like that. It kind of came natural from modeling, but having the model itself, like a VTuber model, it was kind of interesting trying to transition into doing like in front of face type of IRL stuff to virtual. I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. Probably because I didn't feel like I had to do my hair in the morning before a stream or actually like wear nice clothes outside of sweats for stream. I'm able to just like be in like whatever and be however because I'm not showing my face on camera. And VTubing is just such a great space in terms of creativity and how creative you can actually be. I absolutely loved it. I loved getting into it. It was super fun to just kind of just become this persona online that is kind of connected to me. It has aspects that reflect my IRL life, but it's also its own character as well.
Well, really, it's the amount of creativity is almost limitless that you can use, and we've talked about it before with folks, but you are setting the rules to the world that your icon lives in. I mean, you're setting all of the backstory up for who you are when you present yourself like this on the net, which is great for a lot of ways. I mean, it's you have control over basically what people are seeing about you, you and your icon. But that's not too different from modeling, isn't it? You have control of what they're going to see too.
Yeah, yeah, they kinda give you, like, "Okay, this is what you're gonna be selling the consumer. It's this jacket, for example, so showcase the jacket and, make it about the jacket, but in your own way," and you kinda have to with photographs, you have to express so many different things without words, which it sounds hard, but once you get into the zone, it comes naturally. And same thing with VTubing. You're showcasing this story, this world that you built through your model, through your written lore, or your lore videos, and your artwork. So I love VTubing and how creative you could be. I have written most of my lore, and it's pretty hefty. I've had to cut it up a little bit because it's very long, and I'm like, "Oh, I went very in depth in this." But, it just I was able to put that expression into my VTuber and
Well,
my model and the lore itself.
well, the model is something else. I'll tell you, it is it really shows. I mean, the model is your design, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
folks, what you're seeing right now on the screen is Sweet's own design, and that it definitely shows somebody who's got some creative things going on in their brain. It's really an amazing and um, expressive look that you come up with. Do you think that do you think that coming from the modeling field that you have kind of a exclusive or different look as to modeling on VTubing, or is it just something that you don't really think about?
A kind of mix of both. Again, it comes like natural in a way, but incorporating it with VTubing, I I took some things I learned in terms of like the industry with like from social media to how, hairstyle and outfits are supposed to be put together to production work.
Mm.
I kind of use everything I learned from the industry and put it into my own brand. So for example, like the outfit itself, I worked with one of my friends to help kind of I had this vision for an outfit. I'm like, "This is what I want." I can't really draw very well, so, like,
Mm,
can you
yeah.
assist me with this? And, yeah, so we were able to bring that to life. My model mother who helped, create my entire persona, also brought my model to life with, like, how I envisioned it, and I had these ideas, and she's like, "Okay, let's do this," and then we became sweet. So
Ah,
I took a lot of stuff in terms of what I learned from the industry and kind of just used it to create my brand. Even with like the production work of how I, produce some of my videos or I do some of my content has been inspired from what I've learned in the modeling and acting industry.
well, that definitely gives you a unique perspective on these things. I would think that might be something that people would be asking you about. I mean, well, do you mind?
Yeah.
Would you mind if people were like, hey, can you take a look at this and see what you have an opinion on it?
I love when people actually ask me questions on like giving an opinion on something like a model rebrand or should I do this with my content. I'm not the biggest creator, but I've been doing it for 5 years and I've helped out with like modding for other creators as well or modding in like big Discord servers, so I have a little bit of experience. And I absolutely love when people come to me. My DMs are always open. I have a couple of friends going through a couple of rebrands this year or redesigning their lore, their character, and I just get DMs like, "Sweets, how does this look? What are your opinions?" I'm like, "Okay, I get to give you my opinions and help you like get what you want spot on, like
Okay.
exactly what you envision, I can help you write it out. So you have where you need to focus or what you need to like do or accomplish before your debut. Because I've gone through it probably about I'm on my third live 2D model, and I also have a couple other models as well, like 3D models. I have a bunch of PNG, so I've debuted a couple of times.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm a pro at debuts at this point. I've done it a lot. But I even when it comes to tech side, with OBS, because OBS likes to be very finicky.
Oh yeah.
And I watched a lot of videos, a lot of videos, been on a bunch of Reddit, tweet or feeds and stuff,
Right.
and doing a lot of reading on how to do different things on OBS or how to have my model like appear, with a transparent background, stuff like that. And I try to help people with it and like guide them through because I know it can be really intimidating. Tech stuff with VTubing, it can be a lot. So I love when people ask me for advice or how to do something or my opinions or on things. I am open to anything. Like I'm so here to help people all the time.
Oh, do you ever stop smiling?
It's so funny. I was doing a collab a couple days ago on a horror game with some friends, and I was being chased, but for some reason I was still smiling because I was like just so fearful. I don't know. I'm always so happy.
I guess you the hee hee hee. Just being chased by the ghost. Hee hee hee.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. Sweet's getting chased again.
Yeah.
No, that's wonderful. That to have that type of pedigree, to have all that experience, folks. I don't want to put a whole lot of work on your head, but they would be nuts not to at least ask you about these things because really, um, it is very unique in the V2. Have you found anybody else who had that type of modeling background who's a VTuber, or are you as rare as I thought you were?
It's so funny. I found a couple like we were already friends as VTubers, and I hadn't revealed yet like that I was a model IRL and stuff until probably like 2.5 years into my like streaming career.
Hmm.
And then I had a couple other friends who were like, "Oh, I do this IRL, or I'm kind of like a model. I do singing and like I'm in like a huge like girly pop band and stuff." I'm like, "Oh my God, my friends are so cool." So
Yeah.
yeah, there's like people who might not do like the modeling or straight up acting, but they're kind of in the entertainment industry as their IRL job too. So there's a couple of us. Some of them haven't revealed it yet, like to the public, but they're out there and they're really cool. They're really cool creators.
So, do you do voice work?
I do. I do voice work. So I started doing voice work a little bit early last year. I
Mm-hmm.
decided, okay, I'm gonna kind of get into it. I enjoy a lot of my friends' content who do like the ASMR and the voice acting work.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, what, let's just take the dive. Let's go for it. I've worked on a couple of projects before, like for mods. I'll voice a character here and there for like
Mm-hmm.
a mod for like Fallout or something.
Yeah.
But this is the first year I'm actually getting into doing ASMR content and learning how to edit myself. I am the worst with editing. I'm terrible at it. I I used to do editing back in the day on After Effects, and that was like the extent of everything I edited. But
Oh boy.
now I have to learn like DaVinci, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, let's just take the dive, do it. So been getting into doing that, getting into doing a little bit more voice acting, with like my management company and stuff. So it's been really nice learning the entire that part of the industry that I'm fairly new to.
Sounds like you don't. Sounds like you don't even think about learning these things. It's like it's almost osmosis. Where let's see. Oh, there's that. I can go learn it.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the internet. Like YouTube has been so helpful with teaching me, as well as some of my friends who do their own editing and just kind of give me advice on use this program or try this, when you record again. So it's been a learning process the
Yeah.
last couple of months and stuff. But yeah, I just was like, you know what, I can learn this. A lot of people can teach themselves really complex things like Blender and all these things. I can learn this. If they could do it, I could do it.
Well, I'm not going to put anything past you. First of all, you have too much energy. It makes me tired.
Yeah, oh my god. Like when I'm streaming, before streaming, I'm like, I'm a little bit tired. And then as soon as I hit that go live start streaming button, I don't know where the energy comes from. I surprise myself sometimes 'cause I'm like, oh, okay, I'm energetic. I think it's because I really love my community a lot and like being able to stream for them. My community is absolutely amazing and super supportive. So I just am like, I get to see my community today on stream and play games. I'm excited. I'm energetic.
Well, not only are you, being a part of the VTube community, but you're a part of different groups within the VTuber community. So you didn't just kind of show up and decide I was going to do it. You embraced it in a lot of different ways. Um,
Yeah.
was that something that you were seeking out when you first turned the microphone on?
Honestly, no. I kind of started streaming because I wanted to create my own community,
Mm-hmm.
where it was a safe space for not just myself and my friends, but other people who were like-minded as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not expecting to grow to a point where like I'm joining other communities and being like an advocate for it. So, I'm a part of different guilds on Twitch. So I'm part of like the Women's Guild and the Black Unity Guild over on Twitch, which I was not expecting to ever join. And then I'm members of different Twitch teams and other creator groups where it's just we have all similar like-minded ideas and beliefs and how we feel about like, we advocate for disabled content creators or we advocate for, black streamers on Twitch. So I I kind of came out of like left field. I was just like, "Oh, let me just create my little small community." Oh my goodness, we're growing.
That's so,
That's crazy.
and then they elected you president, and they
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the next thing like, in a couple months now.
well, I mean, it's wonderful um you do this. I mean, you could have very easily just said, "No, I'll stay off on my own branch of the tree." But here, you're wanting to give back to the community in very many different ways.
Yeah, I definitely I know growing up I didn't really my role models were usually my family members,
Mm-hmm.
like my brother and sister and my parents. They're really amazing. They do really amazing things. I'm like, I want to be like them.
Mm-hmm.
But other than my family, I didn't really have people I could look up to. And being a streamer, I feel like I can be that for like younger girls,
Mm-hmm.
especially ones who are mixed race or black, because I'm black and Guyanese, so like I never grow, watching Twitch streamers or like YouTubers, I didn't really like see any female black and Guyanese content creators. So I'm like, you know what? I can do this. I'll be the role model. And I've had it where like I'll have, some of my younger family members who watch my streams or a family friend's daughter or even son will like come up to me when I see them and be like, I saw your stream, I want to stream too, or I want to make YouTube videos. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm a role model for people. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, Guyanese. I haven't. I don't think I've interviewed somebody who's that type of background at all.
Oh, yay! I'm the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guyanese. It's a South American country where we kind of are like we say we're also Caribbean. We're West Indian Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at the top of South America. We're one of the only. It's one of the only Spanish, non-Spanish speaking countries in South America.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like Caribbean, West Indian.
Yeah. There's only besides Spanish, there's Portuguese and French for the most part.
Mhm.
And yours, that's a French Guiana. or what used to be French
Um,
Guiana?
so that's actually a different country. In Guyana, they do speak Portuguese.
Guyana. Okay.
I
I,
yeah,
I I used to get so
I
confused on the
yeah. Oh
old
yeah.
globes with that, so I apologize for that. But
Oh no, you're fine.
uh,
Trust me, no. It's there's so many different countries. There's so many different countries and stuff that have similar spelling.
yeah,
So like even when I was younger, I would get confused on my own, like where my heritage is from and stuff. But
yeah.
yeah, so unfortunately don't speak Portuguese. I wish I did. I
Oh,
know some of my family can, but yeah, I can't sadly.
oh, I would love to speak a second language. I kick myself all the time for not doing it when I was younger and still had brain space.
I learned Spanish for like most of my life, and then the last couple years I just stopped speaking or like writing it, so I lost most of it.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm currently learning Japanese though,
oh,
so I have some people teaching me. I'm not the best at it. Like it's a lot to take in because of the different like alphabets and writing everything and the sounds. It's completely different, and it's like 180 from learning Spanish, but I'm
it's
determined.
yeah. I can kind of understand generally in Spanish where people are coming from. My Spanish, unfortunately, is limited to Sesame Street, but at least I can almost count to 20 and tell you where the doors are. But th-
Hey, that's good.
that,
That's
that,
really good.
that's about it. Yeah. Ocho. Thank you. That's about it. Um, but the thing that would always get me, I would imagine, would be the shapes of sentences. Um,
Yes.
because the uh, descriptive phrase is in different places, and um, sometimes you have to change it for male and female um, stuff, and that's something that English we just kind of slop over.
Yeah.
Eng-
Yeah.
just we'll just ignore it.
Yeah, I learning like the other two languages outside of English, it's like oh, I see why, for people learning English, it's a hard language because, English is just it's a little broken.
Mm.
And I'm like, even with certain words, I'm just like or sentences, I'm like, "Oh, wait, this actually doesn't technically make sense based off of like the rules with how English is supposed to
Oh yeah,
be."
oh yeah. I was showing somebody at work the other day. I said, "Look, the to and from mean the same thing." He goes, what? Oh, yep, burglary to motor vehicle is the same as burglary from motor vehicle. So to and from are equal. Like, okay, use that the rest of your life. Switch to and from together. English seems also kind of inadequate sometimes with some words. So you're trying to express something. Um, do you find that these other languages kind of have are kind of better to explain things sometimes? You kind of can slip over to use languages from another country.
Yeah, I based off of like with Spanish, I feel like I don't know, like learning that one and like learning how the words work with each other. It made sense in
Hmm.
my mind and like writing it, but actually speaking it and being able to like, describe something or tell something someone, where to go. It, it it took me a minute. I couldn't do it in theory. um yeah, I really wish I learned more Spanish because a lot of my family does also speak Spanish too, and it just some of the sentences did flow pretty well with what I remember with talking to them and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, rather than, they also switched to English and Spanish too. So it's like, oh, okay, yay, thank you for including me in the conversation. Because I don't really know much Spanish. Or thank you for translating at least.
It's
Yeah, that's usually how it is. But
one
I really wish I learned more Spanish so I could just like speak more in Spanish with my family and
one of these
my
days.
friends.
One of these days, you'll show up to a family gathering. They'll be speaking in German. And you're like, what? Hey, wait a second
Yeah.
here. Then you know,
Like,
then you know there's a conspiracy.
you guys are trying not to include me in the conversation. That's it.
So when you're on stream, you say you're a variety streamer, all sorts of different
Mhm.
different content. What are you doing right now while you're streaming?
Ooh, what am I not doing? I'm
Yeah.
doing so many different things. So, as I said, I am a variety streamer. I stream on multiple different platforms. My
Um,
main platform is Twitch,
mhm.
where I do a lot of my big collabs with people. I am the collab queen. I I did an entire month of about how many collabs? It was about 50 collabs
Good
with
gravy.
like 70 different creators. We played either Monster Hunter or Repo for an entire month. That was insane to schedule. I don't know if I'll ever do it again.
Yeah,
But
that takes some skills alone to do something like
uh
that.
yeah, but it was a lot. I love my friends. It was a lot though, everyone's schedule, trying to pair the different times up. I don't think I got much sleep that month, let's just say
Mm,
that.
gee, Christmas.
But yeah, I do my big collabs over there. I play, everything from TFT. I've been playing over there a lot because I participated in a big tournament last month for TFT, which I'm still fairly new to.
Mhm.
I play a lot of Overwatch over on my main channel. That was one of the first games I streamed, and I've been an Overwatch player for a very long time.
Yeah.
And then I do a lot of horror games. I'm terrible at horror games, but my community seems to always vote for those games. So, we're currently playing Routine, which I've been really enjoying a lot over there. I've been looking forward to this game. It's like an Alien Isolation, but
Mm.
with robots.
Oh,
Really
yeah.
good game. So yeah, that's over on my main Twitch, and then I also stream on TikTok. I do retro games over there, so I've been playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon,
Mm,
which has been fantastic. It's a throwback game for me because I played it when I was like a kid getting into Pokemon.
yeah.
Yeah, I love it so much. Oh my god. I also make content on R Play. I do my 18 plus content over there,
Yeah.
and then yeah, and then I stream morning co-working streams on Irium. So yeah, pretty busy in terms of streaming, and then I post on my YouTube videos over on my YouTube account. I do my ASMR videos and then my recorded content over there. So
Oh,
yeah, I'm just like everywhere.
see, I get a list of links to put on, and I kept adding links. I had to add more lines to the lines of links.
Yeah,
Uh,
I got you. I will send all the info and like all the socials. Yeah, I'm everywhere. Like I'm even on Reddit. Like you can never get out of, I will be everywhere. You'll always see me on every social media platform.
uh, Sweets is on MySpace. If you can find
Yeah,
MySpace,
still have my account and login.
play Mafia Wars on MySpace. Uh,
Oh
oh,
my god, that's such a throwback. Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
yeah. My wife and I were on there years ago, of course, and we had our mafia. Since we're in Illinois, our mafia was the Midwest Coast Mafia.
Oh, wow. Yeah, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Wow.
we.
That just brought back so many memories.
And then all of a sudden, Sweets got really quiet. His memories started flooding back. Well, this seems like just really perfect for you. I mean, you've got a larger than life personality. You're so easy to talk with, and a gregarious, seemingly a pretty gregarious person. That the endless possibility of VTubing has got to be like manna for you. I mean, it just give you more at this point.
Oh yeah, I love VTubing. I love content creating in general. Even if I wasn't a VTuber, I love content creating. I like how creative you can be. I have so many different ideas and projects I like want to do, and my poor mods and my staff are like, sweets, please, like oh my god, focus on one thing first. I run so many events within a single year that's just like they kind of know at this point, like, oh, here we go, Sweets has another idea again.
Mm,
um Yeah, I love what people do with, with their own spaces, and it kind of inspires me to want to do projects similar, like, oh, they did this. Okay, maybe I can try this. Or no one's done this before, maybe I can do this. Um yeah, if you kind of like anyone who's, like, trying to take that step into content creating, I'm just like, "T Go." I, like, push them to go, just you don't even need to have a PNG or, like, show your face or a webcam or a model, like, expensive model. You can literally just start streaming. My first couple streams before I hit affiliate I was streaming straight off of my PlayStation.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
my PlayStation 4 through the little, like, stream button thing, with, like, a crappy laptop and stuff, and I hit affiliate that way, and then I ended up getting, like, a VTuber model and, getting, all the bells and whistles that you can do with streaming, but, yeah, I just always tell people, "Take that leap, decide if you wanna do it." I mean, it's amazing, I'm a little biased, but you'll love it. Yeah, I love the content creating space. There's a lot of really cool and creative and unique individuals in it.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of cool, creative, unique, and sometimes pretty darn weird individuals
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
in it. But yeah, that's the great thing is it's inclusive. Um,
Mhm.
so many people we're finding now have so much talent and personality and things to contribute to the VTuber and the VTuber follower society as a whole. These are all folks that we normally would not ever even known existed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I before I got into VTubing, I had my friends, like, that I went to high school with or I grew up with, but a lot of them weren't into the same things as me. They weren't into anime, they weren't into gaming,
Hmm.
um, and then when I became a content creator and, eventually a VTuber, meeting the people in the space and how, you know, everyone's so kind, everyone just wants to be friends, and I love it. And I ended up finding, like, a lot of my best friends, that I've known my entire, current career of VTubing, I found through doing a collab or reaching out or both of us, commenting on each other's posts or, me showing up into their stream or just randomly rating them. I've discovered a lot of my friends through just picking a random person as a really cool model and just rating them, and then they become one of my, like, closest friends. So, yeah, it's been amazing meeting really cool people who have really interesting niches too. I have a friend who literally just makes his own mead and he's
Oh,
super cool. Yeah, he makes his own mead. I have another one who makes his own port. So I was like, "Oh, I have really cool friends." I have one who writes a bunch of different tabletops and he's really cool. And I have another one who's obsessed on they love board games. That's their obsession. They buy board games and play with everyone.
yeah.
So, yeah, I've really cool friends. You can find your group, you can find the people you like click with. Might take a minute, but you can definitely find them in this space. They are there.
Yeah. Well, let's call it what it is. You're also a pretty magnetic person. I mean, yeah, you're going to be drawing people wherever you go. That's the kind of vibe you give off.
Oh, thank you. I know in like high school and stuff, I was super like I I was that girl who I was in a lot of clubs because I just liked being involved and like people knew me, but they didn't like know me, know me because I was always super shy to like stand out and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Content creating is going to be a little bit different. I will try to just be myself, and if people think I'm too much, well, that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of just like started feeling more comfortable in my own skin and, being like super excited about different things that I like, especially video games. I love video games. So
Yeah. Well, you got a whole bunch of different tastes as far as that goes too. From the
yeah.
retro to the modern and the horror games. I could not deal with the horror games. I'm sorry. I just that's too much for me. Would you rather play a horror game that has all the quick jumps or quick jump scares, or one that's going for the long con scare?
Honestly, neither, but I do I do like them. I mean, I one of the first horror games I ever beat on my channel was Outlast, and
Oh.
I was really surprised I actually got through that and the DLC, and to this day it's one of the horror games I recommend a lot of people because I actually enjoyed it.
Mm.
Was terrified the entire time. I think I jump scared myself more times than the game got me, which is yeah. I was just so on the edge playing it. But I yeah, when it comes to games, I love so many different genres. I like to pride myself on saying yeah, I'm that girl that will play every single genre of games on stream, even if I'm bad at it. I'm not the best at tabletop type of games, but
Hmm.
now I stream three different ones on my channel 3 times a week.
Wow.
Um, I'm terrible at them, but I do enjoy the concept of them and learning them. I run a segment on my channel where my friends teach me a game.
Hmm.
So I've been taught, like I said, the tabletops, the board games, different games that I'm like, I don't think I would have ever tried this myself unless someone taught me. Um, yeah, so I like being able to try different games, even if I'm bad, to just kind of showcase them on my channel to, in case there's someone who's like, "Oh, I've been wanting to check this game out. What are your opinions?" And I kind of am open about like, okay, disclaimer, I do play this genre or I don't. This is how I feel about the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where does this come from? I think the correct word is indomitable, where you just you refuse to be intimidated by these things, and you just go after it and get control of it. Where did that come from? Has that always been something?
That's a great question. I not thinking about it, I think, again, it goes back to me being heavily inspired and looking up to my family,
Hmm.
especially my smaller intermediate family. So my brother and sister and both my parents, they're
Hmm.
all really hard workers who kind of just, they go for it. They don't ever just, you know, if someone's like, we don't know if you're good at this, you can give it a try. My parents and my siblings will just like go for it and work hard. And if they're not good at it, they'll work hard at getting better. If they're good at it, they'll just try and get even better, so they're really inspiring. And then same with like some of the other big content creators I look up to.
Hmm.
They kind of just go for it as well. And I'm like, I don't have time to just, be scared about whether I'm gonna fail or not. So I'm just gonna go for it, gonna try it out. If it doesn't work, we'll like figure it out. We'll like, change some stuff up, but I'm just gonna go for it.
Nothing stops you.
Yep. Nope. Nothing can stop me.
that's 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 just the way it is. I admire that. That's really something to look up to. That type of it's not it's people say, "Oh, that's a work ethic." That's not a work ethic. That's a lifestyle. Um,
Yeah.
and that says a lot about who you are in what you in what you bring to the table, and in coupling that with your creativity and all the stuff that you're interested in. This seems like an absolute wheelhouse fit for you.
Yeah. I'm very honored and like happy that I have such again a supportive community and a supportive family that I'm able to do content creating and modeling full time.
Hmm.
I know a lot of my friends, they're amazing, and I always feel bad that they have to juggle being a content creator plus their IRL jobs because
Hmm.
they're amazing creators, and I know they really want to like just jump into it, but they have to work, full-time jobs, and I
Right.
totally get it. But I've been put in a great position to be able to kind of figure out content creating and where I'm gonna go with it full time. Um, all while like I'm actually still in college too.
Yeah.
I'm in my last year, and it's just like between that, being able to do that and content creating and modeling, it's been really nice.
Oh, by the way,
And I,
I'm getting my doctorate in brain surgery. And I'm almost done.
yeah, it's just very close. Just, I'll be, in the hospitals there. No, but yeah, I'm working on getting I already have my associates, so I'm like, I have one more year away from my bachelor's. Let's just go back and like finish it out. So yeah, I when I started content creating, it was during like the height of COVID, and I was also finishing up high school on top of that. So, and then I was also working two full-time jobs. So,
Boy,
so yeah, I was not getting any sleep, and I decided, I can't. The way I was treated because I worked in the retail industry, I was
oh,
an assistant manager at
oh,
two different stores,
oh
and I'm like,
no,
I can't do this. They're treating me terribly. Let's just, I'm gonna just kind of jump into content creating.
yeah,
Disclaimer: I've been put in a really great position that my family's very supportive of it.
hmm,
Um, so please plan out if you're ever gonna go full time.
yeah,
Please plan it out.
yeah, yeah,
It's not the easiest thing. And there's it's not the most financial best decision, but I've been put in a good position for it. And I decided, we're gonna quit those jobs. I'm just gonna do modeling and content creating full time. So yeah, I it's been a road, but I decided I'm gonna like just finish out. Might as well just get my degree on top of that. It could help me. A lot of my degree has helped me with my content. I'm in PR,
hmm.
so
Oh well, yeah,
it's like yeah, I'm like, oh, this, just it's gonna help me a little bit.
yeah, yeah. There's a distinct lack of marketing for some VTubers
hmm
that don't really know how to position themselves to get the audience they want and how to expand that audience. And having that PR background will help you out quite a bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know a lot of people have asked in the past because one of the other big things about my brand is that I'm associated with a lot of creator clubs and creator programs with developers and
Hmm.
publishers. Um, and I'm not a really big streamer. I have like, an average of like maybe 15 to 20 views on my Twitch. So I'm not a really big streamer. But I've been able to work with such amazing brands. I was at one point sponsored by Porsche, and
Whoa.
I'm partnered with Ubisoft. So a lot of people have asked me like, "Oh, how have you like been able to achieve this with like, you're not averaging 100, you don't have like you're not partner on Twitch, so like how can you do this?" And I always tell people it's about the branding. It's about how you brand yourself
Hmm.
as a content creator. Because literally the sky's the limit, and you can get most partnerships if you just explain who you are and how your brand works, how your streams work, and like they kind of get an idea on your personality. And then, they're like, well, this person, they're dope, or they make great content, or and they might not have a big audience, but their community supports them, or they put a lot of work into the videos they make and stuff. So
Right.
let's bring them on as a partner.
Yeah, and well, there's a lot of people who don't even know how to present how to do that. I mean, there's it's like, is that a resume? Well, kind of, but it's also you've got to do it in a way that expresses your own personality and how you're doing it too, because
hmm
that goes a long way in today's AI world.
Oh yeah.
And and once you make that kind of personal connection, then things get a lot easier.
hmm
Yeah,
Yes, I second that.
yeah, it really does. And I just don't. You confuse the heck out of me in a good way. In a good way, because there's just I can't. It's up to me being a old an old low energy person to be talking to someone who is young and bright and has so much energy and talent and all of this stuff and also and so many things going for him and folks who are backing him. Um, what's next for you? Do you already have something that you're aiming at on the horizon?
Oh, I do. So next month will be my birthday month. I in February.
Hmm.
I I usually do a huge celebration, do debut stuff, who knows? Like I might have a couple things up my sleeve and really, really big announcements.
Oh,
This year entirely, I am going to be appearing at my first convention. I'll be at On Key as a guest. I will be doing a meet and greet as well as maybe some other stuff that's in the works.
cool.
But yeah, as I just want to continue to grow and just, grow my community, do more cool opportunities, and just, keep
How,
making content because I absolutely love it so much.
you did 50 in 1 month. How can you do any more than that?
I have so many ideas, not enough time.
So you started on Irium too.
Yes.
So how has that been? Because Irium is still streaming and being a VTuber, but the rules are different, obviously. So how does that fit in
Mhm.
for you?
So Ethereum is a really nice kind of way I can chill with my community. It's again on a different platform.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of the whole having like, streaming a game while I'm talking to chat
Mm-hmm.
type of vibes. This one's more one-on-one feeling. It's
Mm-hmm.
like being on a FaceTime call in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So, chat can like, say something and I will just be, it's just my model and it's just me talking or, asking about people's days and while I'm like doing some writing work or I'm doing some studying, or I'm having coffee or tea. I do a lot of my Ethereum streams in the morning to
Wow.
kind of start our day off as a community more on a like low key note than I have on Twitch.
Mm. And then there's all sorts of different things that you're doing here. You even talked about doing the 18 plus content.
Mhm.
Is that something that was easy for you to do, or was it something that took a while to decide that you were going to do 18 plus content?
It was like kind of 50-50 with me. 18 plus content because I've always kind of teetered on like being 16, 18 plus on my main Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a portion of my community who does like content like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided, it's an avenue I'm gonna explore. I'm gonna open up in the event, like, this month I'm gonna do an 18 plus audio. Everything is behind a paywall over there, and
Right.
I do like the platform a lot. I got invited in a little bit late last year. Around like November to be a creator on there. And I thought it was a great pivot from doing Patreon content
Mm-hmm.
because Patreon was starting to go not really support audio creators on there.
Yeah.
Especially 18 plus audio creators. So I was like, you know what, we're gonna pivot to our play. They are more of an 18 plus Twitch
Mm-hmm.
with having, you can have videos up, you can do like paywall streams that are 18 plus and you don't have to do 18 plus content over there. They
Right.
do allow like that's half of their platform is 18 plus, so you can do that.
Yeah.
But if you want to just stream like it's regular Twitch, you totally can over there. And a lot of their viewers are from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So it's another like avenue to like reach out to another part of the globe, which I don't normally get access to on Twitch.
What's it like to have no limit?
Honestly, it's hard sometimes because again, my mind is like running like miles a minute with like things I want to do, content I want to create, and I'm just like, there's not enough time to sleep or, yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of times I have to have people like DM me, like especially my mods and my staff, they're like, Sweets, you ate today, right? Or you slept today, right? Because I see you've been online or like, you've been working on this project or in VC for like 12, 13 hours. You slept, right? I'm like, yeah, totally. Totally.
check the schedule. I don't have it on the schedule.
No, for real, like, oh no.
Well, I tell you, it absolutely um, a wonderful pleasure to talk with you and to meet you and see and to steal some of your energy like the vampire I am. Keeps me going too. But it's to hear somebody enjoying themselves that much and spreading their wings all the way out and trying to help others along the way and spread some good stuff around here. There isn't much better than that. And my hat is off to you, Sweets. You're something else.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. This was really fun.
Yeah, hopefully we can get you on again sometime.
Mhm.
Because you cannot be confined to a certain.
Yay!
We have all of the links we've been able to find, and there's going to be probably more for Sweets in the in the description for this video. And again, Sweets, thanks for gracing me with your presence.
Yeah, of course. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.